Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. How are you girls? I hope you all in good condition today, right? Okay, so let's continue our lesson today with the 10.3 mechanism of the heartbeat. Yeah. Okay, so this is the third subtopic in the chapter 10, transport in humans and animals. Okay, let's go to the learning standard that you have to cover for today. Okay, pupils are able to describe the human heartbeat mechanism. Right? So you have to describe the human heartbeat mechanism that involves sino-arterial node, okay, pacemaker, arterioventricular node, bundle of His, Purkinje fiber. And then number 2, communicate about force that cause the blood to circulate in humans. Yeah, that involve the pumping of the heart and also the contraction of skeletal muscles. Okay, so today you are going to learn about the mechanism of the heartbeat, yeah, or how the heart is beat. Right. Okay. So before we go to the mechanism, we have to know the structure of the heart. Okay. The heart is made up of cardiac muscle. Yeah, made up of the cardiac muscle. It is a type of the muscle tissue. Yeah, a type of the muscle tissue that refer to the cardiac muscle. Yeah, cardiac muscle that intersect. Yeah, intersect and are connected with one another. Alright, apa maksud intersect? Intersect ni maksudnya dia bersilang. Ya, dia bersilang dan berhubung antara satu sama lain. So this arrangement allows electric impulse to spread rapidly through the heart and at the same time stimulates the cardiac muscle cells to contract simultaneously and uniformly. Alright, so the arrangement of the cardiac muscle which is intersect and connected with one another is very important to make sure the electrical impulse can be spread rapidly throughout the heart. Right? Okay, so this is referred to the structure of the cardiac muscle. Yeah, cardiac muscle. So if in the question asking you what type of tissue is this, so this is referred to the cardiac muscle tissue that is intersect and connected to each other. Okay, cardiac muscle. Yeah, the cardiac muscle has a special characteristics which is myogenic. Yeah, myogenic. Okay, what do you mean by the myogenic? Okay, means that the heart contracts and relax without receiving any impulse signal from the nervous system. Yeah, alright. So, or in other words, the heart contract and relax automatically. Yeah, automatically. So it do not receive any impulse, yeah, from the nervous system. Okay, that is referred to the myogenic. Yeah, the heart muscle contract and relax by itself. Yeah, by itself. Okay, if the cardiac muscle are stored in a warm oxygenated solution that contains nutrients, these muscles will contract and relax rhythmically on their own. Alright, okay, so that is referred to the characteristic of the cardiac muscle, which is myogenic. Okay, what do you mean by the myogenic? The heart muscle can contract and relax by itself. Okay, we go to the blood circulation in human. Okay, blood circulation in humans. Okay, blood is forced to circulate through the circulatory system by. Yeah, our blood circulate throughout the circulatory system. Okay, forced by. Okay, then first is the pumping of the heart. Yeah, the pumping of the heart will circulate the blood, yeah, throughout the body. And another one is contraction of the skeletal muscles. Yeah, the contraction of the skeletal muscle also will force the blood to circulate throughout the circulatory system. Okay, we go to the pumping of the heart, right? The pumping of the heart. So how the heart pump the blood throughout the body. Okay, so the contraction of the heart is initiated and coordinated by the pacemaker. Yeah, the contraction of the heart is initiated. Ya, pengecutan jantung ini dimulakan, ya, dimulakan dan koordinasikan oleh pacemaker. Ya, pacemaker. Okay, the terms used is pacemaker. So the pacemaker generates electrical impulse. Yeah, generate. So what is the function of the pacemaker? Generate electrical impulse. Yeah, the pacemaker generates the electrical impulse that spread rapidly through both walls, yeah, of the atrium and causes the atrium to contract rhythmically. Yeah, okay. So what is a pacemaker? It is a group of a specialized cardiac muscle tissue, yeah, that generate the impulse. Yeah, that generate the impulse. Okay, so when the impulse is generated, it will spread rapidly through the walls of the atrium and cause the atrium to contract. Yeah, cause the atrium to contract. So the contraction of the heart is initiated by the pacemaker. Okay, if the question asking you about the function of the pacemaker, so what is the function of the pacemaker? To generate electrical impulse. Okay, the pumping of the heart involve, yeah, okay, the pumping of the hearts involve the two pacemaker. Yeah, okay, the action of the two pacemaker, okay, the action of the sinoatrial node, yeah, the action of the sinoatrial node, or we call as SA node. Okay, second one, the action of the ventricular node. Oh, sorry, here the word is atrioventricular node. Yeah, atrioventricular node, not just the ventricular. Yeah? So please write the correct term. Atrioventricular node, or we call as AV node. Yeah, AV node. Okay, so the pumping of the heart involves two types of the pacemaker. Yeah, which is SA node and also AV node. Yeah, SA node refer to the sinoatrial node and AV node refer to the atrioventricular node. Okay, let's take a look on the diagram. So this is referred to the sinoatrial node. Yeah, the location of the sinoatrial node is at the uh, right atrium wall. Yeah, the right atrium wall. Okay, so the location of the sinoatrial node is at the right side of the atrium wall. Okay, and for the AV node, okay, so the AV node is here. So AV node, the location is between the wall of the atrium and also the wall of the ventricles. Okay, so where is the bundle of His? Okay, so this is referred to the bundle of His. Yeah, bundle of His is here, and then this is referred to the Purkinje fiber. Yeah, this is referred to the Purkinje fiber. So this is bundle of His. Okay, so this is referred to the structure that involved in the pumping of heart. Yeah. Okay, I repeat, the structure is starting from the sinoatrial node, which is the pacemaker that generate the impulse. Yeah. Alright. Okay, later we will discuss more about the pumping of the heart. Okay, second structure is atrioventricular node is here, atrioventricular node, and this is bundle of His, yeah, bundle of His, and this is referred to the Purkinje fiber. Okay, so this structure is very important in the pumping of heart. Okay, the main pacemaker is called sinoatrial node or SA node. Yeah, that consists of specialized cardiac muscle fiber that generate impulse. Yeah. Okay, the SA node located on the right atrium wall, while AV node is located on the wall between the right atrium and the right ventricle. Okay, the sequence of the heart muscle contraction that causes the pumping of heart. Okay, so when there is a sequence of heart muscle contraction, it will cause the heart to pump. Okay, so let's take a look how the heart is pumping. Right? Okay. Okay, the pumping of heart mechanism. Yeah. Okay. First, okay, what happened? The sinoatrial node generates electrical impulse. Yeah, the SA node generates electrical impulse. Okay, so this is referred to the SA nodes. Yeah, SA nodes will generate the impulse. Okay, will generate the impulse. Okay, then second one, the electrical impulse spread rapidly in both atria. In both atria, yeah, electrical impulse will spread rapidly in both atria, causing the atria to contract simultaneously. Yeah, the contraction of the atria helps to pump blood into the ventricles. Okay, so I repeat from the first one is the sinoatrial node generate the electrical impulse. Okay, and then number two, the electrical impulse spread to the both atria here, and then it will cause the atria to contract, yes, simultaneously. So when the atrium contract, it will push the blood, yeah, it will push the blood in the atria to enter into the ventricles. Yeah, okay, so now the blood enter into the ventricle. Okay, number three. Okay, number three, the electrical impulse reach the atrioventricular node. The electrical impulse spread through the bundle of His and the Purkinje fibers out to the apex of the heart. Okay, so now when the electrical impulse reach spread rapidly to the atria, to the both atria, so and then it will reach to the atrioventricular node. It will reach to the atrioventricular node where the location is between the wall of the atrium and the wall of the ventricle. And then when it reached to the AV node, okay, what happened? The impulse spread rapidly to the bundle of His here. It spread rapidly to the bundle of His and then spread to the Purkinje fiber. Yeah, spread to the Purkinje fiber and up to the apex of the heart. Yeah, okay, so that is number three. Yeah, in the AV node, the electrical impulse reached to the AV node, and the AV node spread the impulse to the bundle of His and to the Purkinje fiber. Yeah, Purkinje fiber. Okay, that is number three. Okay, number four, the electrical impulse spread from the apex to the heart, yeah, to of the heart to the whole ventricle wall. So now the electrical impulse spread rapidly to the whole ventricle wall, and it will cause the ventricle to contract. It will cause the ventricle to contract and pump the blood out, yeah, of the heart through the whole body, yeah, through the whole body, to the lungs and to the body, yeah, to the body tissue. Okay, so that is number four. Okay, I repeat, number four, the electrical impulse spread rapidly to the whole ventricle, and it will cause the ventricle to contract. Okay, when the ventricle contract, so it will pump the blood throughout the body. Okay, so that's how the heart pump the blood. Yeah, that's how the heart pump the blood, yeah, throughout the body. Okay, it's starting from number one just now. It's starting from the SA node. Yeah, generate the electrical impulse. Okay, you look back. Number one, Okay, starting from the SA node generate the electrical impulse, and then the electrical impulse spread rapidly to the both atria, and then it will cause the atria to contract and pumps the blood into the ventricle. Okay, and then number 3, okay, the electrical impulse reach to the AV node here, and then the electrical impulse spread rapidly to the bundle of His and then to the Purkinje fiber. Yeah, okay, then number 4, the electrical impulse spread rapidly to the whole ventricle wall and it will cause the ventricle to contract. Yeah, when the ventricle contract, it will pump the blood out of the heart to the lungs and also to the whole body. Okay, so that's how the heart pump the blood or the pumping of heart occur. Okay, I hope you can understand that, right? Okay, the sound of the heart. Okay, during heart pumping, the loud tap sound can be heard. Yeah, okay. So the loud tap. Yeah, if the doctor check your sound of the heart, so the doctor will okay will know the sound. Yeah, okay, the sound is loud tap, loud tap. Yeah, the doctor can hear the loud tap sound by using the stethoscope, right? Okay, loud tap sound. Okay, where does it comes from? Yeah, the loud tap sound. Okay, the loud tap sound is the closing sound of the heart valve. Okay, the loud tap sound is comes from the closing of the valve of the heart. Okay, so the first heart sound, which is loud, yeah, which is loud. Loud occurs when the atrioventricular valve or atrioventricular valve refer to the tricuspid valve and also bicuspid valve. Yeah, so when the bicuspid valve and then tricuspid valve close, it will produce a loud sound. Yeah, will produce the loud sound. So this is referred to the tricuspid valve and this is bicuspid. So when both of these valves close, it will produce the loud sound. Yeah, loud sound. Okay, and the second heart sound, which is dub. Yeah, dub occurs when the semilunar valve close. Okay, the semilunar valve close. Yeah, when the semilunar valve close, it will produce a dub sound. Okay, a dub sound. Okay, so you also have to know, okay, when the loud sound is produced. When the loud sound is produced, the loud sound is produced when the ventricle contract. When the ventricle contract, so the ventricle will push or will pump, pump the blood out of the heart to the whole body. So at that time, the bicuspid and also the tricuspid will close, to allow the blood to pump, the ventricle pump the blood throughout the body. Okay, that is loud sound. For the dub sound occur when the atria, when the both atria contract, when the both atria contract, so it will push or pump the blood into the ventricle. So at this time, the semilunar valve will close. Alright, okay, so that is equal to the loud dub sound. Loud dub sound. So you have to know why the how the loud sound is produced because of the tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve is closed. Yeah, okay, and the dub sound is produced when the semilunar valve close. Okay, now we go to the second factor that circulates the blood throughout the body, which is contraction of skeletal muscle around the veins. Yeah? So the pumping of the heart helps in the distribution and flows of blood through the arteries, arterioles, and also the blood capillaries. Yeah. Okay. Then, however, the force produced by the pumping of the heart is insufficient is insufficient for the blood flow to continue through the veins and return to the heart. Alright, so the pumping of heart is not enough. The force from the pumping of the heart is not enough. For the blood flow. For the blood flow through the veins and return to the heart. So how the blood return back to the heart. Yeah, it is helped by the contraction of the skeletal muscle around the vein. Okay, so uh, this is referred to the vein. So this is valve. Yeah, valve. Okay, this is vein. This is our vein. Yeah, this is our vein. Alright, so this is referred to the skeletal muscle, skeletal muscle. Okay, so the contracted skeletal muscle. So when the skeletal muscle contract, yeah, it will cause the vein to contract to constrict. Yeah, it will cause the vein to constrict and push the blood up. Yeah, up to the heart. Right? Okay, so that is a little bit about the contraction of the skeletal muscle. Okay, besides, the blood is forced to flow against the force of gravity. Yeah, the blood also is forced to flow against the force of the gravity. Yeah, because the blood need to return to the heart. Okay, the presence valve in the vein ensure that the blood flows in one direction to the heart. Okay, that's why valve is very important in the vein. Yeah, only vein have the valve, right? Only veins have the valve. So this valve is very important to make sure the blood flows in one direction to the heart. Okay. Okay, the blood flow in the vein is assisted by the blood flow in the vein. Okay, how does the blood flow occur in the vein? Yeah, okay, the first one, the contraction of smooth muscle found in the venules and vein walls. Yeah, the contraction of the smooth muscle found in the venule and also in the vein wall. Okay, then the contraction of skeletal muscle around the vein. Okay, so this is referred to the okay, later we will discuss. Okay, see the contraction of skeletal muscle press. Okay, the contraction of skeletal muscle press and constrict the veins. Okay, so when the skeletal muscle contracts, when the skeletal muscle contract, so it will press and constrict the veins. Okay? It will press and constrict the veins, causing the valve to open and allow blood to flow towards the heart. Okay, the valve is stand close to prevent the blood from flowing back towards the foot. Okay, let's take a look. How does the blood flow in the veins? Okay, so number one, before muscle contraction, the blood enters the vein. Yeah, before muscle contraction, the blood will enter into the vein. And then number two, when the muscle contract, upper valve opens further but lower valve close so that the contracting muscle push the blood up. Okay, so when the muscle when the skeletal muscle contract, okay, when the skeletal muscle contract around the veins, so what happened, it will cause the vein to constrict. Yeah, it will cause the vein to constrict, and then it will cause the valve to open. Yeah, valve to open and allow the blood to push up. Yeah, allow the blood to push up. Okay, and towards the heart. Okay, then number three, after muscle relax, upper valve close, preventing backflow. Okay, yeah, so after that muscle will relax, so this valve will close. Okay, why? To prevent the backflow of the blood, yeah, to the foot. And lower valve opens, allowing veins to fill it. Right. Okay, so that is referred to the contraction of the skeletal muscles. Yeah, this contraction of the skeletal muscles, that cause the blood to circulate or to return to the heart. Okay, so I think that's all for the mechanism of the heartbeat. Okay, what you have to know in the mechanism mechanism of the heartbeat, you have to um, you have to know that the blood circulates in the body, yeah, by the helping of the pumping of the heart and also the contraction of the skeletal muscle. And then you also have to describe, to explain, yeah, the mechanism of the heartbeat, yeah, the mechanism of the heartbeat. There is a 4 steps. Just now we already discussed, so make sure you can know the 4 steps, yeah. So what is a sinoatrial node? It is a pacemaker. Yeah. So the pacemaker will generate the impulse. Yeah. And then when the pacemaker generate the impulse, it will cause the atrium to contract. Yeah. Atrium contract and push the blood to enter into the ventricle. And then the electrical impulse will reach to the AV node. And then the AV node, okay, AV node will pass the impulse to the bundle of his and the Purkinje fiber, and it will cause the ventricle to contract. And then what happens when the ventricle contract? It will pump the blood throughout the body. Okay, so that is referred to the mechanism of the heartbeat. Okay, I think that's all for now. So make sure you can understand this subtopic 10.3, the mechanism of the heartbeat. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you, girls.